Captain Amaji Quick of the carrier Paradise Warfare fidgets with a Rubik's Cube, scowling at his sensor footage. He hadn't got the ping he was supposed to get every 5 minutes from Harpata. Should he order the attack? But what if it was Prelaton interference? He waited, sweating, for another minute or so, before getting a transmission from an unidentified VTOL. He hesitates for a moment, then accepts it. It's 50 Somersault. Captain, what are you waiting for? Attack! These Valiant soldiers need cover to get themselves and me out of here. Captain Amaji swallows and salutes. Right, yes. Everyone, prepare for takeoff. We flash back to 10 minutes ago. September and Kian are walking through the halls of the Heaven for Everyone. Surprised they don't have more guards, Kian mutters. He's gotta be around here somewhere, says September. They check door after door until finally they find him. 50 Somersault is staring at a window, trying to figure out what's going on, and gasps when the two men smash his door open. He opens his mouth to say something, but Kian raises a hand. You're gonna listen to me. No orders, no whining. You may hold all the power in every other part of life, but I'm a soldier, and this is a battlefield, which means I hold the power here. 50 closes his mouth, swallows, and nods. There's an extremely dangerous kid out there in a horror mech. I'm gonna keep them distracted. While they're distracted, you're going to head over to one of the hangars here, escorted by a handful of my people. We'll do our best to cover your escape. And flashing forward, outside the wall, the Paradise Warfare and its sister ship, the Other Timeline, rise into the air. Now, elsewhere, I believe we have people chasing down the Katsushiro and the Get Lucky. Oh, and right, the Get Lucky just did a sick prisoner transfer to the Katsushiro.
Katsushiro received the prisoner, got grappled by Anne, and then...
I thought it was the Get Lucky that got grappled.
No.
Oh,
So
okay.
Katsushiro tried to escape, and anchored them, and then the Get Lucky is now approaching the two of them.
I believe you. I just feel like I would have ticked the Katsushiro's clock.
It was a resist roll to...
Oh, it was a
stop them
resist
from
roll.
leaving.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, because the Get Lucky was the last thing to enter that scene because
Yeah.
Vikatio was trying to keep it there.
Yes. So who would like to go first? I think everyone's sensors show the ships rising.
Do we just want to finish off the Get Lucky fight just now then?
I'm fine with that.
I think where's Klaus right now?
Klaus went after the blue. Klaus is in the Killer Queen.
Yeah,
they
they
both-
both
Oh, okay.
together.
All right. So basically there's a comm into the Killer Queen and its mouse, and she's like, orders, are we pursuing or falling back?
I think we have the matter of Harpata Carbon under control. Those ships, on the other hand, are touch unnerving. Perhaps something should be done about them.
I think at this, the funnels on the back of the unnamed Gestalt, they activate, spread out, and the Gestalt takes off into the air. And it's going to move to flank, and it's going to fire upon the engines of one of them.
Oh, okay. This is Desperate Limited.
All right, desperate.
As
Why?
a whole bunch of AA turrets along the side of the ship, like, lock onto you.
All right. So she's gonna say providing cover fire as she keeps her distance. The funnels turn around, they point, and they start opening fire on like one of the engines. Desperate Limited. Is this gonna be a struggle roll?
You should push yourself.
It would be battle. Hold on, I'm looking at your, looking at your sheet here. Let's see. Yeah, this could be a this is probably a bombard, right? Because you're shooting at a somewhat stationary target.
Yeah. All right, so they form into a flank formation, and they start just rapid fire laser bombardment. Desperate Limited 2d6.
Yep.
You know, if Mouse dies and you make a new character, I'm gonna laugh at you.
That's fair.
Oh wait. This is a dire action, right? You used all of your quirks and you're still doing dire actions. So this isn't actually Desperate Limited. This is Desperate Standard.
Actually, I think what's going to happen instead of actually doing this, like she had this all thought out in her head,
Okay.
but like as she pushes the control switch, the machine just powers down, and she presses the forward lever again once, twice, and nothing happens. And she looks up, and then she comes back into Klaus and says, on second thought, we might need to adjust our approach here.
How far away are these ships from where from where Mouse is? Where is Vicatil?
Where we last left Vicatil, they were chasing after Kian, right?
Yeah. So where would that leave them, like, about now? Because I was wondering if radioing in something would be applicable as of right now.
Yeah, you could do that. I should also say, I think once the transmission from 50 in the little dropship he stole goes out, you all like pick up that signal was sent out, and so if you want to follow up on that, you can. Just
I was just gonna say is that I kind of like the idea of just like I think we need a different approach, and then different approach maybe different pilot. Let's try it, and I want to make the maneuver, or maybe I want to make a
you want to do the thing Robert
I want to
just
make
said
a
Mouse what was gonna do.
Yeah, basically, I want to make a maneuver roll, to like get in between both of the ships and make their AA turrets shoot at each other.
Okay.
Because I mean, hey, it wouldn't be limited then. It's their guns.
Yeah, I think they're.
I mean, I'm making the.
You don't have the ability Rev has. I think this is Desperate Zero effect.
What?
Because they're not idiots.
Alright, fine.
They just won't shoot at you. Or they'll wait until you fly past and then I'll shoot at you.
That makes you make a compelling argument. Instead of that, I think over the comms you said, what were you going for on the ships?
I
don't know their layout.
I'm going. Can I actually do a can I do a scan roll here?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna do a scan roll to identify structural weak points in the engines.
Okay.
Is this still a dire action?
Oh. Yeah, it is.
Or am I just out of the scene?
No, it's still a dire action. This is the last
All right.
thing you can do in your mech.
Roll 1d6. All right, so I think Mouse has kind of like moved a bit to get under the controls, and she's fidgeting around with the wires, and she peeks back up over it as the screens flicker on, and she does a bunch of quick, just on the keyboards, and rolling 1d6. She says she comes into Victor Teal saying, "Go for the engines. I think there's a." Well, that's a 5. Does that
That's
succeed?
a partial? Wait,
yeah.
is that a...
This is
All
a
right.
successful setup action.
All right, go for the engines. I think. Yeah, there's a gas line just underneath the connector pistons. If you can sever that, that will disrupt their output and throw them completely out of the air.
You got it. And Vicatiel taking the Psycho brand off of their back, as like we get a shot, since the orchestral's playing, we get a shot of like the propulsion flaring up again and like the the fuel liners priming as they hold it like a javelin and like dig their heel back into the dirt before doing a full body twist and like whipping it whipping the sword like a javelin at the back of this ship into its engine. And I am going to be marking. I also changed, since I wanted to, degrade a quirk. I changed Neurolinked limbs to empathic limbs, and I'm going to be marking that and taking a level 1 harm.
You can't take any more level. Oh no, never mind. I'm looking at Mouse's.
Ha! Imagine. I said harm, not damage. As Vicatiel in the mech is beginning to get a headache and is beginning to get more exhausted than they would have, because they feel like they are personally fighting at this point rather than being inside the beast I worship, just because of all the ways that I've described it, like them being hit.
Okay. You are throwing the Psycho brand.
Yes. Well, I mean, yes. Yes?
Okay, what action are you using?
I still think it's battle?
I think battle's gonna be limited here.
Okay. Well, it won't be, it would be limited, if there wasn't a bunch of things that would not make it that, I think.
No, I think it would be... I guess it's standard.
And then I'm gonna push myself.
Yeah, risky standard.
Okay, and so it being fine, what's the ship right now?
What do you mean?
Well, is it a tier 4 ship?
Yeah.
And I'm tier 4, right? That's still
Yes.
correct? And so the weapon is fine and then +1, right?
Yeah, the fine, all of that shit doesn't really matter right now.
Oh, okay.
It's more magnitude playing in of the fact
Right.
that
No,
you're
okay,
throwing it's a long range attack. It's a
No, makes sense. Yeah, no, I got you. I was just making sure everything was in order because it does get complicated to keep track of everything. Okay, so then I'm going to be pushing myself, and is it still risky standard?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. Okay, so that is battle.
Oh, you're pushing
that is
yourself. Does anything trigger when you push yourself?
advanced prototype. I get plus
Isn't
effect
that-
and +1
Is
dice.
that your weapon?
Yes.
Okay, this is risky great now.
I see. Nothing else goes. All right, so that's 46 because I've got a level 2 harm.
Yep.
It's 46 risky great. That's a 5.
Okay. You throw the Psycho Brand. It punches through exactly where Mouse told you to do. Mouse, the moment you do that, all your screens start flickering, and then everything shuts down as you described. Take the level 3 damage. Something to do with your funnels. Decalibrated?
How about depleted?
Depleted is fine.
As the Peloton particle field disperses.
Yeah.
So the thing is that in her earlier altercation with Faraday, Faraday's own funnels just basically pierced the Valkyrie into the ground, and the Valkyrie had since been trying to get itself up. I think one of the funnels probably smashed into the Peloton particle field stabilizer, and so it's just been steadily leaking energy.
Makes sense.
And currently, right now, it's kind of like it's smoking and sparking, and it's no longer hovering. It's landed, but it's like it's a bit lopsided. It's a bit lopsided because the legs aren't really meant for walking. They're more like landing struts than anything else.
Got it.
Yeah. I think she's going to buzz into the Heaven for Everyone and request extraction.
Okay, that happens, and then the weapon, I don't even know what to call the Psycho Brand at this point.
It's a sword.
I guess. Punches through, and all throughout the interior of the other timeline, alarms start blaring as it lists to one side, and it's like it's backup, like anti-grav generators flare on, but it can't move anymore, and they're like, okay, well, that's fine, I guess, and they open up the bay doors. As I described several sessions ago, these are long, kind of, what's the shape? Like T-shaped, sort of, where they're larger at the top, and the two sides of the big long T's open up from, like, the entire ends, and along each opened up compartment are 10 gestalts on each side, and each of them activate boosters, and all 20 of them blast off. Vikatiel, I think you are immediately in their sight. You are in a desperate position.
That was the risky consequence?
Yes.
Cool.
What's everyone else up to?
I think Klaus is dealing with the go lucky.
Yeah.
The get lucky. Alright. So yeah, he's flying towards the fight. where we last left off, Anne had just shot the anchor into the back of the...
Yes, and the Get Lucky is coming to like try to free it.
Yeah. So just warning lights flare up inside the Killer Queen, and looks over, sees the Get Lucky approaching. Takes a rough guess at what they're trying to do.
Yeah, I think Kian comes into you and said, "I told you they would come. We could have prevented a whole lot of trouble, you know."
It's a nice sword you've got there.
Thanks.
Suits me better though. And then the Killer Queen pivots around, grabs the anchor cable, and swings the... What's it called? What's the net called?
Katsushiro?
Yeah. Swings the Katsushiro at the Get Lucky as it's approaching.
Fun, excellent. I think Kian says, "You've already got one, don't get greedy." Okay, this is just risky standard battle, I believe.
Yep. 4d6. Bye-bye, Katsushiro.
How would you like me to split these two? Because you got 5 ticks, you can split among 2 clocks here.
I think the Katsushiro gets, and then there's a tick on the Get Lucky. Just as,
Okay.
and just Katsushiro just suddenly loses its position on the ground and just flies up and brings it down as a hammer onto the Get Lucky. Which maybe just gets out of the way just in time, but gets clipped as the Katsushiro just crumples.
And he winces and comes in, and I think we see September and the unconscious, extremely battered Harpada just enveloped in like an airbag cushion thing.
There's a line in the sand. All you've got to do is get to him first. And then just the anchor disengages from the Katsushiro, reels back, and chunks back into her, the Killer Queen's wrist.
I think the Get Lucky crouches down and flings the Katsushiro over its back, like fireman carry style, and says, "Well, that was rude." And then turns around and starts running.
It's only rude if you live to tell about him. And takes off after him.
Hey, Caro, after your wild astral projection nonsense, what's Meowser's up to now?
After that, he actually has some drones pointed at Faraday, at the Bluebird specifically, surrounding it, so that, preventative measures just in case bullshit acts up again.
I think Faraday chimes into you and says, "Meowsers, I'm okay. Vic and Teal looks like they need help."
Acknowledged. We will deal with this in 2 hours. Get you all fixed up.
I think you did that already, but I may need more fixing.
Exactly. We will definitely have to get to the root and make sure that it is purged completely. Will be a fun experience.
I think we may be about to fight 40 Gestalts, and none of us may survive. And she, laughs a little hysterically.
The odds of us surviving are rather astronomically high, simply for one fact. Klaus is our leader.
I think she like smiles a little lopsidedly and says, "You all sure have a lot of faith in him. Not that I don't see why."
Wait, is this over the radio?
Yeah.
Okay. Kiss already!
I am a robot and have no need for that. Nice try, though. Speaking of Kit, never mind. I will leave that one to, how's Kiel doing, anyways? And he fucking starts.
Speaking of which, I don't know. I think. So Kiel still has a clock. However,
Yeah.
I don't think Kiel is going to stop you from trying to, like, not die.
Yes. It's
but
fine if
also
Kiel...
but also doesn't know if he wants to help. What I'm saying is filling Kiel's clock may convince him to help.
I see. Well, that's good. But there, like you said, there's 40 Gestalts on the way.
Uh-huh. You can talk to your rival
It's true.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm
But
just
it's
saying.
not
I'm
my
just
go.
saying.
It's not my go. It's not my turn. I can't act.
Every little bit counts, and I suppose, right?
Yeah, and also anyone can talk to Kiel, not just Vicatiel.
So Meowsers is going to take that opportunity to go Yumi Zoom over to help Vicatiel. They are currently in the middle of 2, I think I recall. Or
Okay, in the middle of what?
are they just messing with the Get Lucky? Or is that
No.
Klaus
I don't
messing with the
understand
Get
what.
Lucky?
I don't understand.
Okay, so what you'd see
There's a lot
is,
of mechs, and I've gotten
Yeah.
confused.
what you'd see is Vicatiel doing the what is it pose from Dark Souls at 2 ships.
Let me fix that.
While they begin to open up a hatch, and there's a bunch of fellows coming down. As far as I'm aware.
Yes.
And those fellows
Okay,
are the
so-
issue.
A bunch of fellas are starting to approach. Well, now to be a real good time for that beehive barrier. That doesn't actually exist in this sheet. A shame that. Let's see. What can we?
Trying to see if we can find no, this isn't.
I have a really funny plan, but I don't know if it'll work.
Good plans are important. I wouldn't have thrown this what I'm gonna say is anything that isn't trying to fight 40 Gestalts is probably a better plan than trying to fight 40 Gestalts.
Oh, don't worry. It's still fighting 40 Gestalts, just with an advantage.
Okay.
But it does have to do with acquiring an asset.
So Kara, what's up?
Okay, well.
What's up is I wish we had some fucking dome beams and bullshit.
Well, you have what you
Energy
have.
shields and the like, but though. Think it would you'd think it would exist? That'd be fucking
Well,
sure
that's
happen in the
kind
space
of
future.
that's kind of high like space opera Star Wars shit.
and we're not quite there yet.
We're not quite there
I
yet.
suppose.
You guys want to play Armorister? We can get there. but if not, we may never get there.
Yep. I guess we're just gonna broadcast to the masses and shut them all down that way.
Are you doing a group action with the psychics?
What's up?
A psychic group action would be real good.
That actually would work very efficiently, just as a completely huge psychic bombardment. Let's.
And also, that would keep me from having to acquire an asset because I was just gonna buy an EMP.
I mean, that would stop it. Yeah.
But yeah, psychic group action. That's like what 20 dice at this point.
1,342,000,042 precisely.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
Did
12,
someone
13,
say
14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
Did someone say group action?
26, 27,
Indeed.
30, 31,
Am I about to pog?
You are probably about to pog.
39, 40.
Hey, what's the clock on that?
It's not even worth making one. There.
I mean, 2 12 steps would probably be enough.
Oh, this is gonna scar me the fuck out, though.
Excellent. Good.
Well, it's that or dead, so you know.
Eliminate
Scars, dying.
Illuminate you don't know. However, there is a doctor on the team. Someone could go check
Yeah.
it out.
Someone could go and check if Illuminate, who is the most powerful psychic here, is still alive.
That's debatable at this point.
Well, yeah, but Kale's not helping us yet.
That's true.
Should do that as well.
So yeah, So if you talk Kale around, Meowsers goes and sees if Illuminate's still alive and pursues her vendetta independent of all this.
Okay, I think that's a plan then. Find the Illuminate, make sure they are alive to contribute to the psychic bomb. And then
Sounds like someone just scored.
Mouse leads a group action of psychic bomb?
She doesn't lead it, but she can participate, and she does have telepathy, which means she can spend 1 stress per participant in this group action to let others involved use the leader's action rating instead of their own.
Don't you only have 2 stress left?
Yes. That's why I said this is gonna scar me the fuck out if I do this.
There are a lot of psychics. I
Who has
have
the
2 in channel. Illuminate has many more. Theoretically.
Vecatile has 4. Illuminate has 4, 5?
5.
Yeah, so does Kale have 6?
I don't actually.
What's his effective channel score?
His effective channel score is Kiel doesn't need to roll dice.
Great,
Let's
use that then.
fair.
So yeah, you talk Kale around. We use him.
How quickly does it look like they're approaching anyway? Do we have enough time
They're blasting off at full force towards Vecatile, which is why they are in a desperate position.
Okay,
Well,
but how
look
close
up,
are
look
they?
up,
I don't know what blasting
like
off
half
means.
a mile away, which means at full speed they'll get here in like a couple minutes.
Okay, that's not bad then. We can
We've got plenty of time.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, plenty of time. Plenty of time.
I'm
So
keeping a
let's,
buck. You're lucky. Sorry, go on.
Let's do that then.
Yes.
Finding Illuminate to set up the psychic bomb.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I'm extremely lucky that you can't get worse than desperate.
Right. and
Yeah.
making sure that said Illuminate is not dead. Because last I checked, dying was no bueno.
Okay, but that's just your opinion.
Okay, so
Let's do it.
Do I
what do you
roll
do,
a
Browsers?
survey roll?
Oh, tell
I
me
guess?
tell me what you're
If I'm
doing.
looking-
Ah,
I have been. Do I roll a survey roll to find Illuminate?
I think you probably just
Just find her?
you would know where her last location was because you all know where each other are because you have comms and sensors.
Cool. So we can make sure that they are fine then. She is fine.
Okay,
She
so
is
you fly
fine.
to where Illuminae was.
Yes.
Right, you see half of a mech lying on the ground at the base of the wall.
Bottom half or front half?
Bottom half.
or
The legs
top
are still on top of the wall, I believe.
Okay, well, bottom half, top half is at the bottom. Then let's search for that and make sure Illuminate is still alive.
Okay, what does that look like?
Scanning for vitals.
Okay, give me a scan.
Sure. And I will push the mech. Or, better idea. I don't like fucking preparing my breakdown. I'll take 2 stress.
You would have to... You would not be able to scan. You would have to go look in person if you're pushing yourself.
Traveling companion.
Oh,
you can
traveling
exhaust
companion.
one quirk or
Yep, okay,
spend 2 stress.
Yep.
I made sure to get that after after that last time.
Just when you use an ability, tell me you're using an ability. Alright, so give me a scan roll. This is risky standard.
Boom. Didn't even need to push myself.
Nice. Yeah, you see her. She shows up on your sensors. She's in the cockpit. Her body is warm.
That's good. Generally, unless the warmth is from fire.
The mech is not on fire. You can see it.
I think we're good then. Can I just extract her or
Yeah, what's that look
shake
like?
it to wake up? I don't. We're gonna play the crane game with the claw. Extract it that way.
Sounds like manipulate.
Yeah. Yeah. Give me a. This is a controlled standard manipulate then. Are you like cutting the cockpit open?
Hopefully, just prying it
Okay.
open.
What are you using to pry it open?
Said drone with the tube.
Oh, you have modding tools marked, right? Okay.
I do.
Cool. Okay. Controlled standard manipulate.
All right.
Nice. You pry it open. Illuminae's in there. What? How
Is
do you
she
pull her out?
conscious?
She appears to be unconscious.
Fantastic. Is she just buckled in, or are there weird fucky wires with her mech too?
No. Yeah, she's just buckled in.
Cool. We can just fucking unbuckle it and administer some adrenaline to wake her up. Who
So
uses-
you put her on like your main platform drone.
Yeah.
Yeah, the moment you stick her with the needle, she like gasps and sits upright and says, "Ah, Faraday! I don't know what happened with her." Just like looking around.
Welcome back to the land of the living. Or, sorry, you're back in the land of the living, depending
Yeah,
on your nihilistic preferences.
We gotta go stop her. I don't know what's happening.
She has already been stopped. We
Oh.
will look further into her psychiatric evaluation later. Right now, we have a bigger problem.
Oh, great.
40 bigger problems, to be precise.
And I think you both
We
look
are
up
hoping
and
to
you
set
start
off.
see them rushing over the wall. Oh.
We're gonna psychic bomb them.
Oh.
Yep. With as
Huh.
many powerful psychics as we have acquired, we can easily stop them. Figured you would love to help. And
I've never done something
stretch
like that
that
before.
psychic brain.
But I can give it a shot.
Learning experiences for everyone.
This might be really dangerous.
It will
Like, for
definitely
our
be
brains.
dangerous.
She takes a
It will
deep
be
breath.
fun.
Okay. Should I just hang out with you then? Until we all do it?
If we all form from... Theoretically, one point of origin for a massive wave would certainly be more effective than 6 separate points.
Yeah, that sounds right.
So let us be off. Not that you have much choice since you are legless right now.
Well.
You can make a new friend while we go. He gestures to the still hog-tied captive.
He gives the captive a little wave. Okay. Who's next? Oh, Caro, you should have gotten a guard bonus for that manipulate. Roll 1d6, let's see if you crit.
Sure. Oh,
No, okay.
would not have
No.
been a crit. Quite the opposite.
Right, I think we're at Mouse next?
So yeah, last we left off with her, she got on her wand and called for an
Yeah, she called
extraction.
for extraction. I think, I think Taylor arrives. I think Taylor had taken off, like, after Vicatiel, and, like, pivots off to come over to you. Their Gestalt isn't very big, but it's enough to, like, kind of pick you up, and they say quietly over comms, not too glamorous an extraction, but hope you don't mind.
It's efficient. The cockpit of the Valkyrie, there's a hiss as it opens. You get the cool, like, Resident Evil 2 stock door sound effect, the whoosh. You know what I'm talking about, right? From,
Yeah.
like, the lab.
Yes.
As it slides open, and a very petite, frail-looking young person clambers out of it. Still don't get to see their face, though. Saving that for downtime, or at least end of the mission.
Does she just have, like, a hoodie up and over her head, like, so the show would, like, her face would be in shadow, basically?
I think the VR goggles are still on.
Just wearing an Oni mask.
enough.
The VR goggles are still on. They cover most of the upper face. They have several, like, what are they called? Little, like, ocular dots,
Uh-huh.
I guess. that kind of act as a visual interface with the with the optic systems on the Gestalt. I'm sorry, I'm stupid. Who's picking her up?
Taylor, one of the members of the Platinum Collection.
Thank you. So after clambering into basically what could be considered a backseat of Taylor's Gestalt, she says, they're planning to bombard the area with intense psychic energy. I believe I might be able to assist.
Where do you want me to take you?
She looks towards where the others are gathering to do this thing, if they're gonna do this thing.
I think
and
they
she kinda...
just shake their head and like open up the cockpit and say, I'll just keep you on standby. Get in.
Yeah, she clambers in and gives him the exact coordinates. I don't
I don't know if we fully decided yet, in character, but yeah, standing by.
Yeah.
All right, Anne and Klaus now. Kian is running again. I think these. What are these? These mechs have probably landed at this point. Let's say 10 of them surround Vikatil. That's their desperate position. Meowsers, I think 4 of them are flying after you at this point. Several of them are flying in to help Kian make their escape. Other ones are, I think, a couple fly over to escort 50's ship, and then other ones, I think we see Mercury, May, and Deacon, a bunch of them all land and point guns at them and call over them to surrender, etc.
Fantastic. Now they're on us too. I guess we won't get to do a centralized bombing.
We might still be able to do something, I don't know, says Faraday over the comms. Several of them have surrendered her as well.
Order.
Mm-hmm.
There is no possible way they can know that she's been freed.
Ah, you're right. Would they... I don't know if Harpada got the you know what, sure. Yeah, you know what, sure. Harpada let them know, and so yeah, they ignore Faraday for now, you're right. So Faraday has... Yeah, that's a fun Chekhov's gun there. You're totally right.
Right. So yeah, the Killer Queen is proceeding on and sees a bunch of them break off to support the Get Lucky. And just comes over and says, "How would you look at that? Odds like that, you might want to actually turn around and fight."
I don't think so. My work here is done. I'm not paid enough to fight you.
That's a real crying shame.
Not for me.
And then Anne is going to fire out the anchor again from her left arm. but the left arm anchor is a feint.
Okay.
A couple of seconds after she fires that one out, there's a clunk as the beam Qatar forms over her right arm, and then she fires that out on the anchor. So basically, it's a two-pronged assault on the Get Lucky. She's expecting the first one to get cut down, the second one to impact.
Cool. Okay. I'll say it's a clever feint. I'll say this is desperate. Great, desperate because gestures to your surroundings.
When is it not desperate?
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
You're all gonna get so much XP.
So pushing myself in a mech for a mech action is a quirk, yeah?
Yes.
Great. Okay, we'll do that. Let me just remind myself what quirks I have left.
I think while you do that, we briefly pivot over to Cairo has gotten the other members of the meeting out, and they are like hiding inside of like a building across the street, and like he's talking to them and trying to convince what's his face, the merc, to get his soldiers out here and help fight.
Alright.
Travers.
So we're going to check off Arendite, and how this manifests itself is the first anchor, instead of it being the beam, and anchors the grapple to the hilt of the Arendite, and fires that out.
Okay. Cool.
So if this works, he's going to get basically just a sword for him. So that's going to be 5d6, and if this doesn't work, I think we can just, I think we'll just call it there.
Uh-huh.
It's been a good run.
5d6, desperate great.
Wow!
Oh, wow! Good thing you pushed yourself.
That is statistically improbable.
1, 2, 3. So yeah, your feint works. It shoots through the Get Lucky, which is, it like really hits it hard, like through a important component, and hooks in there really good. And he stops and scowls over comms and says, "Okay, you got me, but what are you going to do with me?" As the like, what are these guys fucking called again? As the Terminus Tactical Solutions Gestalts, like, all land around you, or like the ones that went after you land around you, and I think he just tells them to open fire, and the Killer Queen just gets absolutely riddled. I believe you can mark armor.
I also believe that when you push yourself, in addition to the normal benefits, you can intimidate a group of lesser foes.
These aren't lesser foes. They're the same tier as you. Like,
No. But they're mixed.
I know they're mooks, but the show right now is framing them as being frightening. Because there's just so many.
So in response to that, so what level of damage is this?
This is This is Anne's mech, which means Anne, technically, as always, is a cohort. So at 3 damage, she is broken and needs help, but she can mark armor, so she will only be impaired, which is minus 1d.
You know, considering everything, should we not say that the Killer Queen is the main mech at this point?
Yeah, but you don't want the Heaven for Everyone to only have 3 health, trust me. I know you don't use it in combat that much, but it's also part of your FOB, and it's very bad if it gets destroyed.
Yeah.
Alright, so it takes,
Yeah,
Alright, can I resist that?
Klaus could resist this, yes.
Great. And that's just burning another quirk, yeah?
Weirdly, I think Klaus would be resisting with stress? Because you're protecting a cohort.
Alright,
It have to be like Klaus, like, noticing something or doing something that would help here.
so, as they have, the Get Lucky, hooked, as it were,
Mhm.
I think at this point, what Klaus would do is, as they are opening fire, they reel the Go Lucky back in and use it as a shield.
Okay, that's good. Yeah,
So yeah,
I think you would start to get hit at like that point, but like would have the shield quick enough to only take minimal damage. Or would you like to do this on top of marking armor, so the Killer Queen is only weak and not impaired?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
So yeah, just as this happens, we see Klaus hit the button and Anne just smirks at the column and says, "I'll hit the sword, but thanks for providing me the shield as well."
And Kian immediately is like, "Stop firing!" When you yank him back. Also, you gotta roll to resist. This would be insight, I suppose. Well, insight or prowess, but you're not. You got 1 and I in both of those.
It's unfortunate, really.
That is unfortunate. Klaus, for once, only rolls 1 die.
Fuck it. What's the worst that could happen?
The worst that could happen is you roll a 3 and stress out. And I've been waiting for Klaus to stress out for like 30 sessions now.
What? Are we trying to get Klaus to stress?
Wow.
Ah, there it is!
Exactly, too.
Yeah.
Aw, such a shame. Such a shame. At least it makes sense within the narrative. More so than, like, the lesser stressing out would have, you know?
Yeah. What's really funny is Anne can continue to act. So what happens to Klaus here?
Alright, Klaus just needs to not be on the field right now, so we can do that. He reaches over, he hits the button to reel it back in. One of the bullets rocks the Killer Queen hard, and his head gets dashed against like one of the frame panels, and this knocks him unconscious.
Excellent. Okay, and then like immediately this probably sends the entire squad into a panic. Like, at least a little bit. Because, we're in the most trouble we've ever been, and our commander is unconscious.
I don't think Anne will tell them.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, fair.
We're going full L said. They don't need to know.
Out of fiction, we can blame Meowsers. What did you just say?
Yeah.
We have Klaus. We'll be fine.
So let's delete all that. What will I take as the scar?
Yeah, you're free. You don't have to decide that right now, but...
I think given the context, Reckless works.
Yeah, Reckless absolutely works. Again, how many times has Klaus told people they're free to shoot him?
Yeah. Technically, this was a very strategically bad thing to do. He's only done it because Faraday got mind controlled. So yeah, I call this reckless.
Yeah. Speaking of Faraday, oh, I don't think she's sending comms anymore. I think she tries to psychically communicate with you, Meowsers, which, you know, you're both decent psychics. When she says, they still think I'm on... Hold on. I have a thing for this. They still think I'm on their side. What should I do? There's an advantage here, I suppose.
You could get into the thick of it, and when we coordinate our blasted attacks, if you were in the epicenter and we directed it all that way, starting from an outward projection with you.
Yeah, she agrees and goes to try to set that up. Let's hop over to Vicatiel now. Hey, Fergus.
Yes.
Remember that thing you keep telling me you want?
Yep.
Here you go. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Why do I have a sudden concern?
Oh, Fergus, like, all the time says, Wyatt, I want that moment where Asuka fights the mass-produced Avas.
The powerful psychic is not going to be helping us, are they?
Vicatiel isn't even that good of a psychic.
Vicatiel has...
He's good enough!
Oh, no, wait, you're right, you have 4 in channel. I'm sorry, I forgot. Vicatiel used to be not a good psychic, but then you took 3 points in channel.
I mean,
yeah.
I was going under the assumption that Vicatiel would lead the psychic assault for everyone to be rolling 4d6s.
Yeah, well, yes, I mean, Mouse would have to spend a bunch of stress to do that, and she does not have the stress to do it. But regardless, Vicatiel, what are you doing?
Okay. So Vicatiel is like standing in front of these 40 motherfuckers, or like how does this look?
There's 10. I said there was 10.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. 1 second. I need to change the music. There we go.
Fantastic. Vicatiel, seeing the 10, wrenches their arm back as the sword of the Psycho Brand flies back into their hand from the ship. And they start to go to town, leaping into the air and doing a cartwheel as they land. They rider kick one of them in the head while throwing the Psycho Brand behind them as it like skewers another to the ground. The Beast I Worship is like going throughout this entire field of enemies and like taking bites at them, throwing elbows, the Psycho Brand is flying around in the background. They're going full Madara in the Ninja Wars.
Alright. This is Desperate Limited.
Limited? That's badass.
Yeah, you don't have anything that makes you... This is a small gang. You could push yourself to make it Desperate Standard.
Doesn't their red comet thing proc at least?
No, because that's...
It never procs anymore. Don't worry about it, Kara. I
think what would happen is if you roll a 6 on this, you will impress or dismay them.
Okay, so yeah, so Desperate Limited, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, pushing myself with unstoppable movements, as like, it just like, we get a shot of just like someone, like one of the mechs trying to hold down the beast I worship before it just slides out of the way. And because of, what do you call it? Advanced Prototype. It's Advanced Prototype brings it up to standard, gives me an extra dice.
Three 12-step clocks. It's not quite mathematically right, but...
And then Daredevil, because, I get an extra dice.
Daredevil, that's what I was thinking of.
Yep. And do I have anything else? No, I don't think I do. So that is -1 dice. Battle, +1 dice, +1 dice. Yeah, sure, okay. I'll take 5 dice in battle.
Alright. Oh wait, -1 from cleaved.
No, because I counted that already. I'm getting
okay.
+1 dice from Advanced Prototype.
Sorry,
and +1
5 dice
from
then.
Daredevil.
Desperate Standard?
I believe so.
Okay.
If there was any time for our cutting edge luck to in, it would be now.
Market XP. Yeah.
Oh,
There it is.
There it is.
There's a 6.
There's that 6.
Yeah.
Oh, whoops.
So I think what this looks like is just that like they're going too they're getting too close to the other Gestalts that no one can get a shot off. And like no one knows what to do because like everyone is trying to dogpile this one mech and they're just fumbling over each other because the beast I worship is weaving in between them and like doing bits of damage to each of them. And so Vikatiel is trying to get close enough that they can't use their guns, but like between them enough that swinging around a melee weapon is dangerous. So they're really ducking and weaving this whole the whole thing.
Excellent. 2 ticks. I have a clock buried in the GM layer or in the map layer. I can't tell. That I can't do anything about right now. Because I tried to get rid of it and it didn't. Oh no, there we go. Now we. I think around the base. Let's see. You guys need help here. Hey, how much did you guys? Oh. Right, okay. So I think at this point, like as Vikatiel is just desperately fighting, we get a scene that the TV show would show in more detail, but is basically like I gotta look at the character names again. Is Zien basically making Coda promise and like also agreeing to wire Sankey Travers a vast amount of money. Probably, I don't know how much they have like on them outside, but they can like siphon off assets. They basically promise him enough that him and all of his soldiers can retire comfortably. And he says, "All right, sure, why the fuck not?" And he calls in, and the Course Corrections Limited Gestalts deploy. Say there's like 16 of them. So they come out. I'll make a 16, 12 plus 4. This is getting ridiculous. I'm really gonna. Don't worry, I'm not gonna play solitaire with myself here, but I do want to see how this goes for them. And then Kyra Warner says, "All right, we'll back you up," and make some hand signals, and he and his soldiers like rush off to go to the hangar where their own ship is like secreted away. And they don't have very many, but they're all very good. So I'm gonna make a what tier are they? Who else is doing something while I figure this out?
This is a tier 5 faction, technically.
Yeah, but Cairo is tier 3, okay. So
Well, do have something, but if you guys want to take actions first before I do that, feel free.
I'm gonna assume that's a no.
Go on.
I mean, other than the psychic bomb that Meowsers has planned.
Well, would you like to start trying to organize that?
I sure would. How do I organize? Oh well.
Well, that's good. I'm rolling for your allies.
Okay, I hear a damn, and I
No,
get
I don't
you know.
roll. I don't roll dice to attack you guys.
I mean,
Also, holy shit.
engagements are kind of attacks.
You roll them. You roll engagement rolls.
Not engagements. What are they called?
What? Stroke?
Oh, entanglements. Sure, I guess.
Yes.
That's not.
Yes,
That's out
thank
of a
you.
mission though, and that's rolling on a random table. Anyway.
Anyways, yes, I would love to start relaying the idea to all capable psychics. I suppose that would include Vicadil, but they
Yeah.
are busy.
I mean, hey, they'll raise their hands together.
He
for a
still
power
gets
bomb.
the idea. They still
Like-
get the orders, but like
Let's group action on this. Let's kill him.
Like, it happens at the speed of thought. I think you're fine.
Yeah, you're fine.
okay, if they're in on it while still busting out crazy karate moves and the like.
Anne's not doing karate at this point. Anne is just... She has a big fucking sword, and there are a lot of things that need carving.
So I guess Meowsers is just gonna lead a group channel, or unless
Yes.
someone else wants to.
What's your channel rating?
2.
2.
It's a
Yeah.
group
2.
action, so it doesn't matter.
Would you like to delegate to Mouse?
Stress the fuck out. Stress the fuck out.
She's got 3 in channel. And that means everyone participating can take 3 if she stresses out.
Vicatil has 4, and everyone, if Mouse does the same
Olivia has
thing.
5, just to let her lead it.
I don't know if NPCs can lead group actions, though.
No, NPCs cannot.
Fine, Vegatil leads.
It makes some sense since he is also in the thick of it, so he would know exactly when they would be caught off guard by by them doing the thing, whatever the hell they're doing.
So this is the rules for this are going to be somewhat unique. We have, how many psychics? 5? There's 5 people rolling? Meowsers, Vigatil, Faraday, Illumine.
I believe this is true.
Vigatil, Faraday, Illumine. Who am I forgetting?
And,
oh, Anne's a psychic, right.
Yeah.
Is that, I swear there's one more.
Faraday.
I counted Faraday.
Go over them again.
We have, okay, Vigatil, Meowsers.
Yep.
And Faraday, Illumine.
Mouse.
Mouse. Yes, right.
Oh yeah.
6. Okay. So this is going to be a desperate action. Everyone who participates is going to get hurt in this no matter what. However, it's long-term project rules. Every 6 is 3 ticks, every 4 to 5 is 2, every 1 to 3 is 1, and that's everyone separately. So, as a maximum, 6 times 6
is 12.
If everyone rolls
no, Joe
6s,
Pig is 30.
Yeah, that's 30 ticks. Maximum possible ticks is 30.
Wait, 6 times 6 is 36.
30, sure, 36, whatever.
That...
You're probably not everyone is gonna roll 6s, but I would like to respect how powerful this could potentially be. However, it's going to hurt all of you.
How so?
I mean, this is a desperate action. Like Illumine said,
Yeah,
it's
okay,
very
level 3,
dangerous for your brains.
Okay. Base.
Huge mental strain.
So this is a massive risk-reward. Basically, everyone in the anime of this is the bit where it's a do-or-die time. And the budget would get, the animation would get all sketchy and like high quality, and we would see some like psychedelic bullshit as all your brains connect with the power of friendship to take out this Gestalt swarm.
So we doing it?
Yes.
On 3.
Who's leading?
What does this look like? Faraday has like arranged herself, I think has gone up to float above the dome. Kiel is frowning slightly, unsure about, like, just not knowing what to do. No one talked to him. He feels kind of not even left out, but like this isn't his fight. And we probably see him like standing on top of a building watching this. The various pilots are like, "What's she doing?" Like looking at Faraday. And then let's get a little scene from everyone here.
I think Mouse is like right here. We should be within range, and she climbs out of the Gestalt, and she's standing on the shoulder of it. Eyes closed behind the VR goggles, focusing, tapping into the...
Oh no! Hi! I didn't catch the hello? Hi, my computer stopped working. I don't know what to do. At least we have Craig and Alistair recording. Give me a second. I'm going to reboot, I guess. I am extremely upset about this.